Five, four, three, two, 1, 0. Let's start the party.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Hi guys, this is Ria Bow on Long Live Radio. This is just a quick one again. Hi Loki, thanks for joining us. This video is about an ISIS recruiter recruiting Brits that I caught last night completely by chance on mainstream TV. So if you, it was called, the station is called ITV, which is one of or the biggest independent news channels in the UK. Been around for ages. Completely by chance I caught this video that I'm just about to show you, and I've not really seen it anywhere else, but I managed to dig it up and find it. This is really interesting. I'm thinking, what would have happened if someone would have aired this on social media that wasn't a huge outlet? So here it comes with no further ado. And oh, if you subscribe to my channel guys, I'll be live #Sunday Long Live all day Sunday radio, but you need to click the bell because we're a live show. Just a quick heads up. Right, let me change the screen for you. I'm going to show you this video that I came across that I was quite astonished to see on mainstream media. I'm just thinking, if it ever saw the light of day on, oh no, wrong one. If it ever saw, there it is. Look, if it ever saw the light of day on a small creator's outlet, that you would never have seen it. But here you go, I caught this last night. Here it is guys. It's about 5 minutes long and this is from ITV News. Check this out.
It's a world we've seen in propaganda films before.
This could be our last thing we do in life.
But this is an unvarnished glimpse. The rare, raw footage we've obtained shows foreign men who've travelled to Syria. It's 2013, a pre-battle pep talk by an Islamic State commander. The terrorist group has grown quickly, but its leaders want it to grow more.
We know the place, have tanks, have shell casks, have bullets, have weapons like no other place. This is a perfect place, the perfect spot to hit to build the new Dawlat al-Islam.
He's referring to the so-called Islamic State. This is an important moment for the group. The caliphate has not yet been declared, but in preparation, Europeans are being encouraged to take a more prominent role.
But they couldn't attack, so the Emir of Dawlat al-Islam, he said, we might take out the Turkish group and take in the European group.
We wanted to identify the people here, but first the location. A few landmarks helped us. The domes and buildings in the distance, the road, the fountain in the courtyard, and we matched them against satellite images from the time to trace the precise spot, a suburban villa in a small town called Haratan near Aleppo. Now look just beyond the walls. An ambulance. It's from the UK. No number plate, but the signage is just about visible. It says Scottish Ambulance Service. We try to find images of the vehicle online. This one is a match. The lettering peeled in just the same places. It was part of a legitimate aid convoy to Syria, which, according to news reports, arrived just 1 week before this video was filmed. We used the registration to find this picture online, which shows the ambulance on the streets of East Kilbride 10 months earlier.
Because they know the Emir told them to go in, so they went in.
Simply being here was not an offence. Some of the men were aid workers, some were rebel fighters. IS wasn't yet prescribed under British law. The group was in its embryonic stage. But this leader was clearly using its language as he delivered tactical instructions.
What tactic do you have? Hide behind what?
We've identified him. He's Swedish, Hassan al-Mandwawi, who left Syria to return home to Gothenburg. but he was arrested, then jailed for taking part in an execution video. And here, another Swede, known as Abu Bakr. This is him. He'd married a British woman, Khadija Dare from London, formerly known as Grace. Their son would later feature in an ISIS video. There are other Brits here too. Look at the young girl who becomes bored and seeks out her father.
We will take things inshallah ta'ala. We will have kitchen together with
Her accent suggests she might be English. One of the other men in the footage has now returned home to Europe and agrees to tell us more, but he wanted to remain anonymous. We found him in Helsinki in Finland, where terrorism charges against him were dropped.
There are people in line listening to his speech. Some of them were aid workers.
He remembers the day the footage was filmed, but says he and some of the others were there for humanitarian purposes.
There was a Scottish ambulance which was brought by British aid workers. At some point they gave me that ambulance and we went to the refugee camps.
He says he became interested in the suffering of Syrians while he was a student in Britain.
I was studying in Manchester doing my bachelor's degree, and I remember the mosques in the area were having Friday sermons where they talked a lot about what was happening in Syria.
No surprise he spotted the British men straight away. The girl's father was known as Ibn Ajam, he says,
and this color.
and this man was known as Abu Yaqub.
From what I understand, he was one of the first fighters. I didn't like his personality and his attitude. He was aggressive, humiliating the locals. Then later on, some of his friends came from England.
We believe Abu Yaqub is Nero Sareva, who we've identified from images that were taken before he left for Syria. He was a close friend of the 4 British executioners known as the Beatles. On Twitter, he even previewed one of their infamous beheading videos. It's 6 years since he left East London, and although it's not clear whether he's still alive, some family members have said they fear he might return. One sent a message to ITV News.
You don't know what he did to this family, and I pray you never get to feel the pain he caused.
There are thousands who made similar journeys, different motives, different fates, but as ISIS crumbles and the Syrian war continues, there are many whose whereabouts is not known.
There you go, guys. I caught the rest of it as well, but it was just 2 guys chatting on a newsroom. It was a really odd experience. For those just joining us, this is Ria Bow on Long Live Radio. I saw it on regular TV. I never watch ITV. I rarely watch a TV, and completely by chance my TV software opened and there it was on ITV News, and I thought, I can kind of struggling to believe that this is, and then I thought, what if that was aired on like YouTube or wherever else? And sure enough, I found that video on their Facebook page. So it is out there. So what do you think about that? Are you thinking along the same lines as me, guys, where you think, God, if a small creator got anywhere near that, that would never have seen the light of day? And because of this, I'm going to start paying attention to ITV News, because they'll obviously go there. So I've found that thoroughly interesting. I'll just grab some of your chats, although you can see the chat pretty well, can't you? I'm trying to see. I can only see a couple of them. Jill says, be mindful of who writes all the immigration and asylum legislation. Guy, I'm not really sure this is Bullrock. This web of corruption goes straight up to the House of Saudi and even has Netanyahu's support. Sad but true. Stan says, this is for those on audio only, Netanyahu, the only men who can bomb relentlessly and still claim victimhood. Bullrock says it appears a lot of Commonwealth government have been poisoned by this as well. Hey guys, thanks for turning up. I just thought I'd show you that. I was sort of, I was a little bit, kind of shouldn't be, but I was a little bit stunned by the fact that it was on. You never see that stuff on mainstream TV. Well, I don't. Not that I watch it that much, so that's worth what it's worth. But at the end of the day, it was just a bizarre set of circumstances where mainstream media are showing this footage that I've seen nowhere else of ISIS, or what was, who knows what they are, ISIL, ISIS, they changed the name, don't they? And I thought I'd share it with you, so I'll keep it short, guys. I wasn't going to do a long one, otherwise no one's going to get to see that. But it's not floating around there anywhere else. I did have a look. It's not to say it's not out there, but I couldn't find it anywhere else, so I thought I'd share it with you, you know. So it was just a quick one. I might pop back on and do a live one, but I need to cap this video so it does get seen. If I play any music, that video will never see the light of day. So I'll probably be back on in about 3 to 5 minutes by the time I've tagged that video. So yeah, guys, I hope that was useful, and I'll be back in a mo. I'll just do the outro.